My partner disguised himself as a homeless guy, standing on the rooftop pretending to jump. When the firefighters and cops arrived at the scene, I quickly disguised myself as one of them, calmly followed the firefighters and slipped into the building. To avoid being discovered, I waited until they went upstairs before heading to my target location. Then, posing as a firefighter, I tricked all the travel agency employees into leaving. Immediately, I whipped out a metal detector and started frantically scanning one side of the wall, because right next door was the bank's vault storing gold coins. After pinpointing the exact location, I had to quickly break through the wall. 10 minutes later, I successfully smashed a huge hole in the wall. Then I hid the bricks in the office cabinet and pulled out my pre-prepared cutting torch, connected it to the disguised ether bottle I'd set up earlier. A makeshift acetylene cutting torch was now ready to go, and I used the acetylene torch to frantically cut through the safe. Once I'd cut a big hole in the safe, I reached inside and grabbed gold coins worth $30 million. To smoothly get them out of this building crawling with cops, I first hid the gold coins inside an oxygen tank, then covered up the smashed wall with a painting. But at this moment, my partner disguised as a homeless guy was about to be cornered. When he got my success message, he pretended to change his mind about jumping. But just as he was about to leave, the negotiator wanted to take him to the police station for disturbing the peace and questioning. But at this critical moment, luckily I arrived just in time. But just as I was carrying the gold coins and about to leave, a firefighter behind me suddenly called out. Turns out they were collecting equipment. To avoid raising any suspicions, I had no choice but to hand over the oxygen tank full of gold coins. And this meant our gold coin heist was about to be discovered. So I took another huge risk and went to the fire station. While the firefighter was preparing cooking ingredients, I secretly stole his egg beater. When the firefighter came back, he found the tool missing and had to go back to the storage room for a new egg beater. But during this time, I grabbed their shoe polish and frantically rubbed it all over the kitchen stove. The moment the firefighter came back and turned on the burner, the stove burst into flames. The scene instantly became total chaos, and I took advantage of the confusion to sneak upstairs. To avoid getting caught, I had to find the gold coins before they put out the fire. Luckily, the oxygen tank with the gold coins was pretty heavy. After confirming this was the gold I was looking for, I quickly contacted my partner, who came to the second floor window. Then I grabbed the oxygen tank, ready to throw it down from the window. We suddenly realized the oxygen tank was too big. This instantly made my partner furious. At this extremely critical moment, I suddenly remembered using a fire hose to transport the gold coins. And my partner downstairs also pulled out the baby stroller the director had prepared. Then, with perfect teamwork between us two, the $30 million worth of gold coins were successfully transported to the car. But to avoid being discovered by the police, I quickly wiped away any fingerprints we might have left with a towel. Finally, we each got our share of $15 million and lived happily ever after.